Welcome, everyone. I'm Tracy Fitzpatrick, and I'll be your moderator today. Thank you so much for joining us here at NetCom Learning, a market leader in promoting lifelong learning, training, and talent development solutions.
We are very excited to host today's event, Seamless Connectivity, Exploring Cisco SD-WAN Security and Cloud Solutions. Presenting today's topic is Talib. As a certified Cisco Systems Instructor and a NetCom Learning subject matter expert, Talib is an IT veteran with over 24 years of specializing in the data center, security, and service provider network infrastructure. With his domain expertise in network consultancy, training, pre-sales, project management, virtualization, client server support, system architect design, system administration, network design setup, and problem identification resolution, he has trained diverse corporate clients and individual students.
Now, please bear in mind that this is an overview of a very robust topic. We offer a collection of technical and business courses that can be tailored to your specific requirements. If you are interested in a further discussion, you can make an appointment with our learning consultants through our website at netcomlearning.com. Today's session is also being recorded, so you'll get free access to the recording in the next 24 hours via email. NetCom Learning helps customers build innovative learning organizations by achieving a smarter workforce, adapting to change, and driving growth. We do this with a broad catalog of offerings, developing customized learning plans, and our global delivery capabilities. Since 1998, we have been empowering organizations with our managed learning services to help them reach optimal performance results and address challenges. We do have 9 practice areas in which we specialize. They encompass people, process, and technology training. Today's presentation is from the networking practice area. NetCom Learning offers a comprehensive training portfolio of courses for the topic being covered today. Our upcoming classes include various trainings on the given courses. You can also access a variety of marketing assets, such as the free training and blogs, by clicking on the available event handout. These offerings can be found with a simple search on our website at netcomlearning.com.
In today's session, we'll focus on Cisco's software-defined wide area network solutions, emphasizing security and cloud integration. You'll gain a comprehensive understanding of how Cisco SD-WAN can transform your organization's connectivity while ensuring top-notch security measures are in place.
And now I would like to give you a quick overview of the logistics before we get started. To begin with, you do have the option to view in full screen by clicking on the full screen button on the right side of the GoToWebinar viewer. Simply hit the escape key to exit the full screen. Everyone has been muted except for our presenters. Feel free to submit any questions you have for the presenters here in the questions pane, and we will address them at the end of the session. And to get the best out of today's events, we've included the slides, courses we talk about, and marketing assets in the handout section of your GoToWebinar viewer. You may refer to them at any time to get a better understanding of today's topic. And we do realize that some of you may have to leave early and want to let you know that as you do leave the session today, you will be presented with a short survey. We would like to request for you to take a quick moment to participate in that survey. Your feedback really helps us understand your learning experience and improve our future sessions for you. The survey answers are measured on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 representing outstanding and 1 representing poor. And now I'd like to pass this over to our trainer to present today's topic.
Hey, Talib, thank you so much for joining us today.
Good morning, guys. Now we are starting exploring Cisco SD-WAN security and cloud solution. Okay. In this webinar, our focus will be Cisco SD-WAN security and cloud solutions. Mainly, we're going to discuss what kind of drivers we have, and because of that, we are moving towards traditional wide area networks to SD-WAN based solution. Okay. My name is Talib Bakhtiari. I've been in industry for last 24 years, mainly working with data center, security, service provider network. Okay. And now we are starting our webinar. Okay. So this one is our agenda. First, we're gonna go for introduction. I'm gonna introduce SD-WAN concepts. We're gonna discuss components of SD-WAN. We're gonna also discuss actually how why SD-WAN is very important, and why we are moving from traditional WAN based networks to modern SD-WAN based network. Okay. And after that, we're gonna go for a basic understanding of Cisco SD-WAN security and cloud solution. This one is 40 minutes webinar, so I'm gonna give you 10,000 foot overview, and we're gonna discuss core SD-WAN components, how SD-WAN secure your networks, and how we can apply SD-WAN, especially when we are dealing with cloud-based solutions. Nowadays, actually, companies are having, depends upon company, most of companies are having 50% servers on cloud and 50% on prime. Even some companies are having 80 to 90% servers on cloud. So this one is a big driver. We're gonna discuss if you have a cloud solutions, how SD-WAN play very important role. Okay. And after that, I'm going to give you overview of SD-WAN, what kind of technical components and controllers we have in SD-WAN. We're going to discuss that. Okay. And then after that, our focus will be SD-WAN security, how we can secure SD-WAN, what kind of Cisco-based security we can apply when we are dealing with software-defined networking, WAN-based solution. Okay, and then we're gonna discuss cloud solutions, why clouds are so popular. Okay, and after that, we're gonna go for question answer session. Okay, so let's start. Uh, you know, Wide area networking is evolving to adapt to the changing application landscape. If we compare traditional networks and if we compare modern networks, so things are totally changed, especially in a modern network, we have more user requirements. Users are bringing lots of IoT based devices. They really want to work from home. And because of last 2 3 years, COVID-19, okay, and they really want to access network from anywhere. Okay, and those servers, whatever users want to access, those servers are available on prime data centers or in the main office, or sometime those servers are available basically on a cloud. Okay, so we have cloud-based solutions are very popular. So why that? Because you can save, so much budget or financial budget. Okay, so that's why people are moving from dedicated on-prime data centers to cloud-based data centers. So different types of user requirements. Okay, and then more applications and workloads in the cloud. Like I mentioned, we are having software as a service, like I have Office 365, Salesforce, some other software-based applications. Those applications are available through cloud or even through multi-cloud. So there are multiple companies are involved, especially in a multi-cloud. Branch sites getting direct internet access. Why is that? Because if you are dealing with branches, those branches basically, are running clients, and people are sitting in a branches. Let's say you have a main office. based in New York City, but you have branches in Houston, Texas, Canada, Europe. People are sitting in those branches and they really want access to internet. So instead of you are coming all the way down to your main data centers, and from there you can access to internet based servers. So this can backhaul your data center. So why not we have direct internet access? So depending upon situation, sometime you are running in-house servers, you are running in your data centers, and sometime you are running servers on a cloud. So we need actually intelligence solutions. We need software defined networking based solutions, so that can simplify, or that can simply decide whether I'm going to send this request to direct internet access, or this request goes to my main office where we host other servers. Okay, so branch side getting direct internet access. So here lots of security also apply. Okay, how to secure our branches if they are going for direct internet access. So that's why people are moving from traditional network to SD-WAN side. Plus, we really want anytime, anywhere access to the network. Let's see if I'm working from home or if I'm on my customer side. So I really want access to my network, and I don't care what kind of transport we have. Let's see if I'm working in my main office. We have very nice copper cable or fiber optic cable connected to my main server. I'm sitting on my office decks. My data center is also in the same location. No problem. But let's see if you are on customer side or you are traveling, and that time you want to access your network. So then we don't really care what kind of transport we have, how you are accessing main office network, whether you want to access through internet or if it's a wireless based solution, or if you are on very remote location, and from there you want access to your network, or whether it's a satellite based solutions. Okay, so we don't care what kind of transport we have, if it's internet, MPLS, satellite based solutions, LTE based connections. So we don't really care. Okay, in this case, security is very important. Okay, security is very important, especially security on premises and in the cloud. Like I mentioned before, we have some servers in my premises, very important servers like domain controllers, my certificate-based servers, my database servers, and some servers are basically on a cloud. Okay. So in this case, if I have some servers in a cloud, how I can secure my servers and how I can access in a secure way, and that is also a big driver of SD-WAN solution. Okay, so that's now we are just discussing our introduction. Now, before going further, I'm gonna compare my legacy network, my traditional network, with actually my modern network, whatever networks we have in today's. Okay, so I really want to compare. So if you guys notice, let me use my pen here. So if you guys notice, we are having a branch office, we are having main headquarters, we are having VPN based connections. People are moving worldwide or working from home. We have some mobile devices. So most of the time, if they really want access to my servers, so those servers are available in my main headquarters, and my data center is also here in this headquarters. Okay, so my wide area network basically designed for that purpose. I'm talking about traditional wide area network applications and workloads in data centers and connectivity between branches and data centers. So that's the main idea of my wide area network, whatever we are using for last 25 years or more than that. Okay, But now things actually change. Now, if you can see today's network, we have a branch offices, we have users are roaming around, mobile users, and now you notice you have your servers are available through software as a service. We have a cloud providers, and those cloud providers are providing software as a service solutions. We are having Salesforce, Office 365, Dropbox, some example of software as a service. We are also running AWS, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud. So those are platforms. Those are infrastructure as a service based solutions. So there are big data centers, service providers, and they are saying, oh, instead of hosting your servers in your headquarters or main data center, so why not you host it with us? So we are running Amazon Web Services based environment, Microsoft Azure based environment, Google Cloud environment. So they are providing infrastructure as a service. So as a provider, they're gonna give you platforms, they're gonna give you infrastructure, okay, and what you're gonna do, you're gonna run only your application. Here, when you have a software as a service, here everything is hosted by cloud provider, and you can just connect and use. So now we have lots of servers on a cloud, and how we can access to those servers through internet. Okay, so that's why in a today's network we have different requirements. So let's see, here we have one users, this guy sitting on this mobile computer and want access to this Office 365 application. So instead of going all the way to headquarters, and from there, this can go all the way to this can create latency. This not going to give you a better performance. So that's why we actually want, if somebody want access to cloud based applications, so that guy should access, let's say if somebody is sitting in a branch, so this guy should access directly through internet. And here we are running very important server. Let's see, I'm running here database server, my database server running in my main headquarters. So how my branch office have intelligence? Hey, if I want access to my database servers where we are running very critical application, we're gonna use a private MPLS based connection. And if somebody want access to Office 365 or Dropbox, for that we're gonna go for internet-based connection. So these type of intelligence are possible through SD-WAN. So we don't really care what kind of transport we have, if it's MPLS or internet or if it's wireless. Okay, so we basically take decision based on our application requirements. And applications are very close to your business. So application and workload in the cloud and users accessing from anywhere. So that is another big driver of SD-WAN, and how we can access in a secure way. And that's what we're gonna discuss in this webinar also. Okay. Okay, guys. So just 1 minute. Now, here, we really want to do a deployment. Sometime we do deployment on premise. Okay, I want to deploy my servers in my data center. Sometime I want to deploy my servers through cloud. Sometime I'm going to use my cloud provider, and where I can, deploy my servers. Sometimes those servers are Google Cloud-based servers, Microsoft Azures, or Amazon Web Services, or other platforms. Sometimes you have a multi-tenant. Okay, you are having multiple customers, and your companies are in data center business or service provider business. So you have multiple clients. Let's see, if I'm running data centers and I have 1,000 clients. So we are running multi-tenant based network. Or let's see, if you you are insurance company and you are just managing your network, so that is end user company. And so we have a solution available for end user company, we have solution available for providers. Okay, and we really want to do automations because sometimes you want to do lots of configurations, you want to do lots of changes. Okay, so that is possible when you have automation, and automations, it's also a big driver of SD-WAN. You really want network insights. So you really wanted to know what's going on inside of my network. So sometimes if you cannot see, you cannot manage, you cannot monitor, you cannot secure. So network insight is very important. Machine learning, it's also very popular nowadays. Okay. And, we are dealing with machine learning, AI open, programmable, scalable environment. So any deployment, management and analytics. So management means device configurations, and monitoring, and later we want analytics. So based on this analytics, we can add some devices. We can, maintain our network in a better way, so my network can perform better. So analytics is very important. So that is number one thing. Any type of deployment. Okay, any service. Sometimes you have multi-cloud organizations, you are dealing with multiple clouds, you are dealing with multi-layer security. Because security is very important. Like I mentioned, when you want to secure your networks, you have layers and layers. If somebody breach your firewall, somebody pass your firewall, so we have another security solutions like that solution available on endpoint devices. Okay, so we have multiple layers. Those multi-layer security is very important. That's what we really want to implement. Analytics, we really want to grab monitoring. We are running voice over IP applications, multi-domain IBN policies, because we are managing multiple domains. So that is also very important. Okay, so that's why what we can do, we can basically use actually, SD-WAN. Any transport, we don't care if you have a very remote satellite-based connection, internet, MPLS, 5G, LTE, or SDCI, those connections. Okay, SDCI means software-defined cloud interconnect. Any locations, you are sitting in a branch, you are sitting on a co-locations, cloud, remote work. So any location. So these are requirement of modern networks. Okay, especially wide area networks. So that's why we are thinking about SD-WAN. Okay. SD-WAN represents the shift from an older hardware-based model of legacy WAN to secure software-based virtual IP fabric overlay that runs over standard network transport services. So what you mean this? Let's see, we are having 4 sites. Site 1 based in New York. Okay, Site 2 based in Toronto, Canada, and Site 3 based in Chicago. Okay. And we have Site 4 based in London, Europe. Okay. So we have 4 sites, and you know how those sites are physically connected. This is called underlay networks. You can see internet. Those sites are connected through internet. So this is my actual layer 3 network, and internet service provider giving connectivity to me here, like in New York, like we are having a US based service provider. Okay, AT&T. In Toronto, we are having Canadian-based service provider. So we need internet connectivity, like in London, British Telecom. In Chicago, we are using AT&T. So we had layer 3 internet connection. So that is my underlay connection. I can touch physically. Plus, I have another underlay connection, which is MPLS. MPLS is expensive as compared to internet, and you are having your private connectivity from New York to Chicago, Chicago to Toronto, Toronto to London, and those ISPs are having handshake, and because of that, they're gonna give you connectivity. AT&T have a handshake with Bell Canada and British Telecom, and based on that, you have physical connectivity, you have MPLS based circuits, you have internet based circuit. On top of that, we are running overlay virtual networks. So the idea is if you have layer 3 connection, on top of that, I will run my virtual network. Maybe we have multiple departments. I have a sales team, marketing team, HR team, and we are running different types of applications. We are running one voice over IP application, one is video conferencing, one is my financial transaction applications. For every application need different types of network. Okay, application is the boss, and application say, hey network, I want that connection. So we build our network connection based on my apps. So what is overlay virtual network? So based on your application requirement, we built virtual network, one VPN for virtual network for sales application, one for voice over IP, one for video conferencing, one for financial transaction. So that is possible, and that is also a big driver of SD-WAN. Okay, behind the scene, when we can see SDN is using, actually SD-WAN is basically using ISIS protocol once we build underlay. On top of that, we use OMP protocol once we build overlay virtual network protocol. Okay, so the idea is you have layer 3 network, those networks are connected, multiple sites are connected. On those sites we are running different types of application, and those applications are very close to business, so we really want to run those application in a separate way, in a logical separate way. Physically things are connected, but logically those are isolated, because for those applications we are using different virtual network. Okay, so basic idea, what is overlay network and what is underlay network. Okay, and whenever we use SD-WAN, we built underlay first. On top of underlay, we built overlay network. Okay, okay guys, just 1 minute. You know, when we are creating actually SD-WAN network, okay, in a traditional network, let's see if I want to configure my traditional network. So let's see, I can give you a quick example. I have one router based in Chicago, R1, one router based in New York, R2, one router based in R3 in Toronto. So those networks are connected, okay? So I have to configure my device individually. I should go to this router one and configure manually, then R2 and then R3. So that's the way we basically configure when we have traditional network. That's the way things work. That's what we are doing for last 20 years. Okay. But now things are changed, because now what we do, we basically have controllers. We have a centralized place. From there, we basically configure our business policy, which is close to our network, and we push that configurations to our devices. Okay. So here, if you notice, we are having here we're gonna discuss component of SD-WAN. So I'm not gonna configure my device by device. Right now, I gave you just 3 routers. Maybe you have 500 routers, maybe 5,000 routers. So you have a very big network. So instead of configuring device by device, or everybody will connect and type a CLI based command, so what we can do, we have controllers. We have actually 3 main controller. One is vManage. So we simply connect to vManage, and this one is single pane of glass. So we're gonna connect with this vManage, and here we use graphic user interface GUI based environment, and I will configure my policies. And then once we configure my policies, we use vManage, and this one is my management and orchestration plane. So we create policies for my financial application, for my voice over IP applications, for my video conferencing application. This is all happen through vManage. And what vManage will do, vManage actually push this information to vSmart. Okay. Sorry about that. So not feeling well for last 2 weeks. Okay. So vManage send this informations to vSmart controllers. So we manage send informations to vSmart controllers, and then vSmart controllers are dealing with control plane. What is control plane? Control plane means uh, like in older days, we configure routing protocols, OSPF. Still, we are configuring OSPF. So how those branches, routers communicate and exchange routing informations through control plane. Okay. And then here we have my connectivity connections. We have MPLS connection. We have internet based connection. We have 4G. Okay. And these are my physical devices. Or nowadays, even you can build those devices through physical appliance, or even you can use virtual appliance. So whenever we do configuration, we push to vSmart, and vSmart push this informations to routers. Okay. And then routers actually configure based on our policy. So there is no need to configure manually. Campus-based devices, data centers, branches, and co-location based devices. Okay. And those all devices are SD-WAN based devices. And whatever informations we are transferring, it's secure IPsec data channel. Okay. So you guys notice we are having, we manage from there, we can manage our management traffic. And we have vSmart. From there, we can go for control plane traffic. We deal with that, and then we have a vBond. If any device want access to our network, like any routers or any controllers, so all authentication happens through vBond. So we want to make sure whatever data center routers or branch routers or controllers want to participate in my networks, those devices are legitimate devices. Okay. And then we have vAnalytics, which is optional. These three are necessary core components: vBond, vManage, and vSmarts. Okay. vAnalytics, it's a cloud-based solution. If you really wanted to know where is the problem, okay, sometime you called a service provider, hey, your link is not working properly, we are not getting a proper response, my performance is not working. Okay. Users are complaining, and then service provider will run some test and say, oh, everything is okay from our side. When you call a cloud provider will do the same thing. Okay. So that's why we are running vAnalytics. When you will send these reports and you can send them detailed information, then they're going to take you seriously. Oh, it's a problem from cloud's provider side. Oh, this is from AT&T side. Okay. So that's why we have a V analytics. V analytics is not essential, but it's a very good monitoring tools. And through that, you can monitor your controllers, your devices, your branches, your campus, and you know exactly where is the problem, whether it's problem from customer side or whether it's from cloud provider side or service provider side. Okay. So basic idea, these are four controllers. I would say three are core controllers: vBond, vManage, and vSmart, and vAnalytics for monitoring. Okay. So because of that, we are running our network. So instead of configuring one by one, you don't need to worry about. You just send devices to customer side or branches or campus. Once you attach your device with network, your device will receive configurations automatically from vManage. Okay. So it's kind of plug and play concepts. Okay. Okay, guys. You know, Cisco SD-WAN security and cloud solution, because security is a critical elements of networking infrastructure. Especially network administrators and security officers are, having always burdened, and they really want to defend their network against attacks and breaches. Okay, so we have a Cisco software defined WAN SD-WAN solution base is its core design around the following things we always consider, like authentication means who you are. You want access to my network, please show your identity. Oh, my name is Bob, my username is this, I'm working in a sales team. And not only just this, whatever device wanna connects to your network. So we go for authentication, for device authentication, like certificate based authentications. Encryption means whenever we are communicating from one locations to another, so during communication, that information is not in a clear text, it's always encrypted, and that's why encryption is very important. Okay, so if any crackers or hacker actually crack your information, but this guy won't be able to read anything, won't be able to get anything, so that's why encryption is important. Integrity, whatever informations you are sending from one side to another side, source to destination, that information should intact. Nobody will do any changes in that information. So that's why these three things are very important when we are dealing with software defined networking WAN solution: authentication, encryption, and integrity. So these are the core part of SD-WAN based security. Okay, how we can do that, we're gonna also discuss now what is a cloud solution. Like, in a many enterprise networks, internet access is achieved by either going through a central site or accessing the internet directly from the branch offices. Two-way. I can connect to my central site. From there, I can access to my internet, or I can access to internet directly. Especially in a Cisco SD-WAN solution, this can enables you to dynamically choose which traffic to route locally to internet or which traffic to forward to a central site. Let's see, I can draw a quick picture for you. This is my headquarter, and this one is my branch. Okay, branch one. So here we have some servers which is available through internet, server one, server two. I have some servers are available in a headquarters, server three. So we have internet connection also. This is an internet connection. We have MPLS connection also. So how branch decide whether I should go to headquarter or I should go to internet-based, cloud-based server? So this is basically possible through SD-WAN intelligence. Okay. More enterprise have adopted business critical SaaS applications, including Salesforce, Box, Microsoft 365, And many companies are still backhauling. Backhauling means if I want access to those servers because branch have no internet connectivity or because of security reason, we go all the way to headquarter, and from there we can go to those servers. Okay, this can create a delay, so that's why we call it backhauling. This traffic from remote sites to centralized location. This is my remote site, and to centralized location, and then to those servers. Okay. uh, Overview of Cisco SD-WAN. you know like we have networks, we have three types of cloud-based solutions: software as a service, infrastructure as a service, and we are having also platform as a service, and we are having lots of IoT devices. Okay, and we really want to use those applications and main offices in a efficient way. Okay, so and plus we really want to also check our security requirement, what kind of traffic we gonna prioritize, or what how I can optimize my applications, especially in a legacy WAN architectures. Having major challenges. Typically, these architecture consist of multiple multi-protocol label switching, MPLS transport, or an MPLS paired with an internet or long-term LTE transport. Okay, and SAS traffic is backhaul to central data center or regional hub for internet access. So because of that, this can impact your bandwidth. Okay, insufficient bandwidth, your network is slowed down, and your traditional WAN cannot handle your modern network requirements. Okay. Sorry, 1 minute. Yeah. So now how I can implement SD-WAN security. So here we are having employee, and employee want access to Office 365, Dropbox, Salesforce, multiple software as a service applications we are running. So we have employee, and employees using VPN1. And then here we have a guest. Guests are also visiting our company, and for them we have a separate virtual network, VPN2. And for employees, we have a separate virtual network, which is VPN1. Okay. And then this is my remote side, and how I can decide whether I will go for direct internet access, DIA, direct internet access, or whether I can use, my central office. Okay, or I should go to my data centers, and from there I can access to my servers. Okay, so for these type of network, we need a smart decisions. Okay, so that is happening through SD-WAN. But I really want to do all these things, my all operation in a secure way, because now lots of internet involved, lots of cloud-based servers involved, and my traffic is going out through internet or it's going to my data centers. So what kind of security measures we really want to take here? So first of all, we have firewall. So this one is firewall. If anybody want access to our network, firewall simply protect outside traffic. And this is application aware firewall. Like traditional firewall basically take decision based on source IP, destination IP, but this is application aware firewall. Like I can give you example, I really want to block some traffic based on application, not based on source IP or destination IP. So those firewalls are more smarter than older firewalls. So we have enterprise firewall, application aware firewall. Okay. And what is IPS? IPS means intrusion prevention system. So there are many attackers or crackers, and they are building malwares, viruses. So we really want to protect our network from them. So that's why we have intrusion prevention system. Intrusion prevention system actually check what we have inside of our packet. If it's attack or if it's safe to use. Okay. And then we have a URL filtering. So there are some malicious URL, like if you go there, maybe you will get some malwares, and this is not good for your network. So we really stop those URL, and that is possible through URL filtering. So you're not supposed to those sites are banned. And then we have AMP, advanced malware protection. So if I'm downloading any file, let's see, this employee is downloading file through firewall, so that information goes to AMP. AMP, Cisco is running cloud-based solution. Cisco is having a big telescope. Information goes there. We're gonna check your signature if it's safe, if it's not safe. Okay, or you are a zero patient, never ever have this problem before, or nobody have. So then we're gonna check this file, detonate this file. So we have advanced malware protection. We have a DNS web layer security, because sometimes people will attack on your DNS. DNS basically resolves your domain name into IP address. So wherever you type, let's see, cnn.com, instead of going for CNN server, this will take you to another malicious IP address. So how we can mitigate those type of things? That's why we have a DNS based solution. So those all security solution, firewalls, IPS, URL filtering, AMP, and DNS based security, we can implement very easily through SD-WAN policy. Through we manage single pane of glass, and we push our security policies to our entire network. Okay. Okay, guys. So now that's why we do firewall and its application awareness, intrusion prevention systems, URL filtering we just talked about. And then we have a TLS proxy and certificate authority. We make sure, oh, this is legitimate source. If I'm clicking on my website, oh, this web page is coming from Big Bank, Bank of America. So yeah, so we can check through certificates. Advanced mail protection, malware, AMP we have, and Cisco Umbrella integration is a DNS based security solution. So those all solutions, all security solution, those security layers we can build very easily in a SD-WAN. It's already built. We can use it according to our requirement. Okay. And now uh, cloud solutions. Why cloud solutions are very easy when you are dealing with VPN. So like I talked about this thing before, we have a data centers, we have a direct internet access. So we are running those controllers, vManage, vSmart, and vBond. Those controllers are creating policies, and based on those smart policies, you will go directly to those cloud-based applications, Microsoft 365, SAP, Google, Dropbox, SharePoint, or you can go to your data center. So we have a different connection, internet one connection, internet two connections, or internet traffic. So we basically take a smart decision, and that is possible through direct internet access. So there is no backhaul. We can access to our cloud-based server directly, and we're gonna go to data center only when we want to access to on-prem servers. Okay. So here we have this very good example, Cisco SD-WAN Cloud on-ramp for infrastructure as a service. We have this solution such as Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azures, and Google Cloud Platform. So SD-WAN Site A, so basically this one is going through a data center. And then you have a cloud data centers, you have cloud data centers you build through AWS, backhaul access to application in a public cloud. So we are going through a public cloud here. uh, Efficient access to application in a public cloud. So we are not going to data centers. We are going directly to Microsoft Azure and Amazon Web Services. And because we are having a smart SD-WAN solution. Okay. So that's why SD-WAN is so popular and getting popularity, especially because of cloud. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Now, I really appreciate your questions. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Thank you, Talib. That was very informative.
I know everyone is looking forward to the Q&A session, so go ahead and start putting your questions into the questions panel. And now I'd like to give the presentation rights over to Robin, our vendor manager, to introduce our promotions and webinar-related courses.
I would like to thank you all for attending this session on exploring Cisco's software-defined wide area network security and cloud solution. I sincerely hope that this session helped you gain understanding of critical aspects of secure networking and digital landscape and how you can maintain a robust and secure network infrastructure. In case you feel like revisiting this session for any future reference, please feel free to do so by clicking on the Access Recording button, and we would be more than happy to make it readily available to you. Next, I would like to offer you a glimpse of NetCom Learning's capabilities and why we are the best that there is when it comes to learning services, training, talent development, and beyond. I take pride to announce that NetCom Learning is the winner of 2023 Microsoft US Learning Partner of the Year award. NetCom Learning has been into the managed learning space for 2.5 decades now and have provided its services to 80% of Fortune 1000 companies. Having a strong reputation in B2G sector, NetCom Learning has served over 100 US military bases. We have trained over 1 million professionals to learn and grow in their respective fields across 36,000 enterprise clients. We also cherish a recommendation rate of 96% from our customers. All the numbers I've just mentioned have been a result of our specially curated trainings delivered by a portfolio of 3,000 plus certified trainers. Moving ahead, being an authorized Cisco Learning Partner, I would like to announce NetCom Learning's upcoming schedule of classes on Cisco trainings that you can explore through this handout. To add value to your learning curve, we encourage you go through our free on-demand webinars and blogs on Cisco networking through this handout and also through our website under the resource section. You can also take advantage from Learning Passport, which is NetCom Learning's solution to a flexible team training. It is designed to be customized in line with the number of learners that you plan to train from top technology vendors like Microsoft, Cisco, Adobe, and more. The single package can be redeemed over 4,000 plus official courses with a validity of 12 months. Keeping in mind the requirement of our customers, you can further choose from Learning Savings Passport or Learning Voucher Passport as per your need and requirement. Next, I would like to introduce you to NetCom Plus, a learner subscription, a learning solution that we have developed for our enterprise customers. All you are required to do is invest one time and reap the benefits of the unlimited access to authorized trainings from top technology vendors like Microsoft, AWS, Cisco, and more through a span of 12 months. As displayed on your screen, we deliver the subscription in 3 types of packages. The free or the silver package allows you to access 300 plus e-learning modules, or you can go for gold at $199. That gives you an access to 400 plus e-learning modules along with silver package benefits. Third, we have for you our best-selling and most popular platinum package at $2,999. That gives you an access to 400 plus e-learning modules along with 120 plus virtual instructor-led trainings in addition to the gold package. I would also recommend you go through NetCom Learning's website for more information such as courses and certifications, our free virtual events, blogs, and promotional offers. If you're looking for a leadership point of view on the importance of lifelong learning and building a smarter workforce, I highly recommend you go through the book Building an Innovative Learning Organization by Russell Sarder, CEO, NetCom Learning. You can easily find it on Amazon. I sincerely hope we could add value to your knowledge base in the time you choose to spend with us during this webinar. For more information on such sessions and latest updates on IT and business training, Please follow us and give us a shout out on LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter channels. Thank you once again for joining us.
Thanks so much for guiding us through all that information, Robin. And now we're going to go ahead and jump right into our question and answer session. If you haven't yet, it's not too late to pop your questions into the question panel. And as we start our Q&A sessions, we're also going to launch a quick poll that we want to invite you to participate in. Doing so helps us to know how we can better serve you by telling us who might be interested in more information or in taking some additional training. In addition, we have a lot more informative webinars coming up, so please go to netcomlearning.com/webinars in order to register.
First question we have today is, what are the main benefits of SD-WAN?
So the main benefits of SD-WAN is, like I mentioned in my lecture, is number one is if you are dealing with cloud-based environment, number one. Number two, you have lots of IoT devices, and you are having users if they want to access your network from anywhere. So SD-WAN will give you very efficient and very good performance-based solution. So these are the three main benefits.
Let's take another question. Which three controllers make up the SD-WAN solution?
Like SD-WAN solutions, especially for Cisco SD-WAN solution, we have three controllers. One is management controller, we call it vManage. Other one is control plane controller, vSmart, and other one is vBond. So this can check your authentications, how devices can access your network. So answer is very simple: vManage, vBond, and vSmart.
Let's take one last question for the day before we wrap it up. Which controller is deployed first?
We always deployed vBond because vBond check authentications to everybody. Even vSmart, vManage, if they really want to enter in our network, so we check through vBond. Okay, so vBond controller we deployed first.
Once again, I want to remind you that as you leave the session today, you will be presented with a short survey. We would like to request for you to help us by taking a quick moment to participate in that survey. Your feedback really helps us understand your learning experience as we are constantly looking at how we can improve our future sessions. The survey answers are measured on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 representing outstanding and 1 representing poor. We want to thank all of you for joining us today, and if you do come up with any additional questions, feel free to send them to webinar@netcomlearning.com at any time. We hope that you found today's webinar informative, and we look forward to seeing you back here with us soon. Feel free to tell your friends and colleagues about our webinars and other courses. Have a great day, everyone.